there are some phone calls that you don't forget. And this is the one that came from New York. A man named Alan called me about his parents who lived in my city in Kentucky. And he told me his father, Richard, was 94. His mother, Louise, was 90 and had late-stage dementia. Richard was taking care of her, and Alan was worried. Not the usual kind of worried that long-distance adult children feel. This was a deeper kind, the kind where you can tell that something is wrong, but no one close enough to the situation is willing to say it out loud. But we all worry about those kind of people. Well, welcome back to Caregiver Haven. And this is a 4-part caregiving series where I take you over my shoulder and show you what really happens inside a family when aging starts changing everything. This is part 1 of 4, and it is a true story. So if you've missed any of my previous case studies or stories, please go back and look at those. I'm Suzanne Fasella, a retired physician assistant and healthcare advocate who teaches family caregivers how to go from emotional chaos to strong leadership in senior care with more confidence, less exhaustion, and the right resources. And I teach caregivers how to fix their problems. I don't fix them for them. They can do it. Well, Alan told me he did not think his mother was getting the best care. He also told me something else that mattered a lot. His family and his father was stubborn. He did not want much advice, and he was not the kind of man who welcomed help either. His father was definitely stubborn. Still, Alan got Richard into my clinic. Before the visit, I had the office call with one instruction: bring every medication you and your wife are taking. Yes, Louise was also a patient there. I wanted every prescription. I wanted every over-the-counter bottle, cream, inhaler, everything. Now, that sounds simple enough, doesn't it? I mean, all I'm asking for is everything they're using right now. But if you have ever tried to help aging parents sort out medications, you already know that bring everything can tell you more than any medical chart will tell you. Well, families often think that the problem is one pill, one side effect, or one doctor, or one misunderstanding. Not usually. It's not that. It's often years of habits, assumptions, duplicate medications, outdated instructions, doses that are wrong, forgotten changes, and a caregiver doing the best they can while slowly losing their grip on the whole picture. This is what I've seen 1,000 times. That was the feeling I had before I even met Richard. Something was going wrong. Alan wanted a fix. Richard wanted control. Louise could not speak for herself. And I already knew this situation was probably going to require more than one appointment and definitely more than one opinion. Then Richard walked into my office. This was my exam room. And he did not bring me a tidy medication list. He brought me three gallon-sized plastic bags full of bottles, inhalers, creams, and over-the-counter products. I spread everything across the exam table and just stared for a second. There were bottles from different doctors. There were old medications. There were new medications. There were duplicates. Things that looked current, things that probably should have been thrown out. I had it all. I couldn't even see the exam table. There were so many meds. And standing right there in front of me was Richard, absolutely sure he knew exactly what everything was and what he was talking about. He was sure. That part matters because one of the hardest things in caregiving is this. People can be very confident and still be very confused. Richard did not come in saying, "I need help." He came in with the energy of a man who believed he was managing just fine, and he wanted no part of me. But once I started sorting, it became clear that this was not just a busy medication list. This was chaos. And chaos in senior care is dangerous because it hides in plain sight for a long time. Families adjust to it. Doctors only see pieces of it. Caregivers get used to doing things their way. Then one day, someone steps back and realizes the whole system is being held together with memory, stubbornness, and crossed fingers. And that's what I saw on this day. I began separating his medications from Louise's. That should have been simple. It wasn't. And why not? Well, some bottles did not seem to be where they belonged. And some were clearly his wife's bottles and medications, and some were his. Some were unclear. And as I asked questions, Richard would answer quickly and confidently, too confidently. And this mattered. Why? Because that's another thing I have learned in medicine and patient advocacy. When the answers come too fast in a complicated situation, I pay even closer attention. Why? Because sometimes fast answers are not clarity. Sometimes they are defense. By then, I knew that this was not just about organizing bottles. I was looking at a home system that had drifted off course. And the person in charge did not yet know how far off course it had come. And then I found the first sign that this was even worse than I thought. Poor Richard, he's just trying so hard and nothing was happening. Because some of the medications Richard swore were his were not his at all. They were Louise's. And in the next video, I'll tell you which ones he was taking and which ones she was not getting. So this became very serious. Oh, and if you like these case studies, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up so others can enjoy it too. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.